Sure, y'all want to talk about your boy Bow Wow again?
For what?
Because he said after his last album that we talked about,
Trying to do some wrestling.
he's trying to go into the WWE.
That's intelligent. What?
Why not?
Bow
Wow
Wow.
is irrelevant. So anything that he can do to feed into his celebrity.
I mean, your body is gonna take a hit, but it's all
Pick your mic
acting.
up, man.
All right. So realistically, yeah, it is.
It
going.
Not
is.
the visual. Oh, hold on.
So if you're Bow Wow's manager, what are you telling him to do for relevancy right here, right now?
CSI Springfield, nigga. Hit the fuck.
Keep your fucking waves.
NCIS, fucking Holyoke.
Focus on your movies, TV shows.
You notice how he was gonna say music, switched it up and said movie, right?
Get out that studio, bro.
He said, "Get out the studio, get out the music studio, and go to like a movie
Yeah, I
studio."
definitely agree with that. But in the same breath, that's phone calls.
You
I
better
mean,
call
wrestling
Tyler
is
Perry ass.
acting. I mean,
I'm telling you, those brushes and them do-rags.
Yeah, and I don't think.
Nah,
he
them
can stop
durags,
that.
them durags, like, yo, you know how
He's gonna
long
stop.
for the, like, he's been on that shit, and I didn't even realize, like, yo,
Yes,
that is Bow Wow on them fucking durags. Like,
He did stop, by the way.
He did.
Yeah.
The little red caps.
hey Max, so we
You a
were-
wrestling fan?
Yeah.
All that.
I'm not as actively and as a participant. Like I'm not as
nobody
aware,
gives two fucks about wrestling here. Just
But
like
shout out The Rock. You know what I'm saying? I have history in my family of being wrestling fans.
Yeah, I think we were. How old are you?
I'm 1995. I'm 26 in this month actually. Yeah.
Aw.
You know what I'm saying? I love the Dito. Shout out. Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying? I'm tapping in my Puerto Rican culture.
So did you hear about Bow Wow wanting to go
Be
into the WWE after his last album?
Well, nobody's
as
gonna
if, like,
listen
we
to
give,
him.
I mean,
Or
not to
purchase.
say like Bow was.
No,
He's
she say
cool.
nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't give a fuck. That is Shad Moss, legend.
This
legend.
guy.
Put some
For
fucking
Ralph B.
respect
That's Shad
on his
Moss.
name, man. Come on.
CBS didn't zoom in.
He's
This
definitely.
He's talking about his wanker.
I fuck with it though. It's like on some like Bad Bunny tapped into the WWE. I
Yeah,
think
he sure enough
recently.
did.
You feel me? Like if it's
But that's the
if-
Royal Rumble.
If it's in the a trajectory of your brand,
It was a
go
Royal
for
Rumble.
it.
That's a one and done. He was in there for 5 minutes.
Oh
Probably.
really?
Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey.
Shout
Right,
out
she had a
Ronda Rousey.
stint, but that's. I mean, I'm not mad at her for doing that shit either.
That's different
Yeah, it is different.
because she participated. She wasn't a guest or whatever. I like Shad Moss and Bad Bunny.
This nigga, stop saying that nigga's name like that.
He said
He's gonna be
Shad.
Bow
Like,
Wow
Shad
Mysterio.
Huh?
He's gonna be a Bow Wow Mysterio. He's gonna have to be a high
Yo,
flyer
Mysterio
nigga.
killed somebody. Be careful.
Rey Mysterio?
He killed someone. You didn't know that? So he did that. You know that one of his main shits where he does the kick, like he goes.
619.
No. He does like that shit. I don't even know the name of it.
619.
Is it the 619 where he goes like in between the
Comes
things?
to the rope and he kick you right in the face.
He did that. Maybe I don't know if this is true. Please don't quote me. I think it was semi-pro or whatever the fuck. It was on TV, but he did that and killed a motherfucker because he already had some shit with his neck. The dude. Long story short, blah blah blah.
That's
Shout
fucking
out
Rey
Rey
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Nah,
He
people-
was the realest
You know what I'm
nigga.
saying?
Yo,
He had all
I
the
think I
fans
do
high
vaguely
flyers when we was kids.
remember
That was a
story.
story from a couple years
especially all the
ago.
little people, right? Right?
Nah, no bullshit though. Nah, no bullshit. No bullshit though. I was cooking up jokes on y'all motherfuckers. I just talking about how much I love wrestling on low key. But then as soon as y'all said that, I was like, yeah, I really do. I really did like it.
Rey Mysterio was that nigga, yeah.
Nigga, mask off.
WWE, as much as it's obviously fake, it's obviously written, scripted, it serves a purpose to the culture. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely like
a lot
people
of rappers
who tap in.
be wrestling fans.
You know what I'm saying? As much as it's messy, blah blah blah.
Nah.
People might have their thing with the like I do. I have some points. It's kind of like, brother, it's it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Care about Jonathan Cena.
You said this is the second time you said that on this podcast.
Really like Jonathan
yo,
Cena.
yo, this nigga.
He bought the WWE.
Yo, you
CD.
could tell he had the wristbands and shit when he was growing up.
You fuck with WWE?
And I had
You can't see
I had
the
the
shirt.
real CD.
Jean shorts.
Nigga, my guidance counselor was like his best friend.
Man, I'm done.
What are you trying to prove to us?
Because that nigga is nice.
Small word moment.
Where?
Wait.
Don't care.
Wait, I want this to be documented.
Read the
Wow.
room.
The Cam Cook said that John Cena is a nice rapper.
Rapper.
Okay.
Yeah, look at him.
I
Yeah.
brush your mouth like Colgate. Y'all need to say it again.
he got John Cena quotes. I never seen him.
No bullshit. I ain't never heard nobody say no fucking John Cena. Oh, nigga.
That was him that went to Springfield College, right?
Yeah. Juicing and shit.
When aren't they
Juicy.
always
Trash.
doing that.
Juicy juice.
What you got coming up this year? What you plan on doing? How you plan on attacking 2021?
2021. Okay, so first of all, thank you for the question. Cause can I say I've been like preparing for this thing ever since Carl hit me up. Like, how am I gonna attack? There's certain answers I have. There's certain information I have that I can give to you based on the question. So that was a great question. Thank you. So long story short, like I have a lot of shit in the vault that I need to edit in terms of podcasting. But for right now, I'm very, very, very excited in terms of and let's just stick to podcasting in terms of who I want to interview. And the thing with it is it's like I'm so comfortable taking off my little artist hat that I'm building up to just interview someone. You know what I'm saying? And it's like for people who might have questions as to like my trajectory in terms of artistry, it's kind of like, bro, I naturally gravitated towards interviews. I naturally gravitated towards like the Charlemagne's of the world, the Joe Buttons of the world, even what's the white man that just died, Larry King. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people in the
wow.
interview world.
We haven't done a podcast since. I don't think.
Like, it's been like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That like, yo, that are able to fuck music just in general, bring something out of the, like if I was interviewing you, like Larry King would bring something out of you that maybe another interview couldn't. So like I'm excited to edit the shit that I've already done, and I'm excited to interview the people that I have motherfucking in the queue. You know what I'm saying? And beyond that, on some music shit, I'm interested in my trajectory because it's interesting because it's like I've been in the background for so long, and I've been so invested in like taking the information and knowledge I've learned and giving it to people, as opposed to applying it to my trajectory. So it's like, for example, the Tully app. Crazy. Jordan Lucas, his manager, him and Jordan Lucas.
What's that? I never heard of that.
So the Tully app, long story short, Tully app is basically a pre-production tool where a motherfucker could. Okay, so as an artist, you go to the Tully app because you can record your music onto pre-production shit before you get to the studio. Done deal. As a engineer, as a manager, let's say for example, you're able to coordinate multiple artists' career, all their catalogs there. The Google Drive, OneDrive is all simulated. You don't even got to sign in. Like, you don't even got to get out the Tully app to sign into your Google Drive, OneDrive. So basically, if you're an artist, what are you going to use? As an entrepreneur artist, you're going to use Google Drive Notes for your lyrics, Google Drive for your, OneDrive for your files and shit,
for big
Dropbox. I'm
files.
sorry, thank you. Right?
That's what I use.
As a lawyer,
Shout out to
now this
Dropbox.
is the dope shit. Jordan Lucas and his manager have templates, and he built the app to where like you can allow lawyers to have certain access to your files. So like if you have an assistant, what is an assistant gonna do? Probably be a part of, maybe if they're in the studio, you can allow them have access to certain things. For a lawyer,
Schedule,
right?
Yeah.
For a lawyer, you can have access to split sheets. So when you do a song, you have the producer splits, you have the, basically it's the Tully app is a one-stop shop for artists, entrepreneurs, no matter where you are on the spectrum, to fucking streamline the creative process / business.
Word.
Then you have Ryan Leslie, Cassie.
Yeah.
Cassie, right? So Ryan Leslie is a big pillar, in my opinion, in the music industry because he started Superphone. Superphone is an SMS platform that for $20 a month, you can, if you're, let's say your audience is 100 people, and if it gets bigger, you do a higher tier. You can do SMS marketing because his thing is
You get that fake number shit.
right. Because his thing is, look at Little Pump, for example.
I didn't
Or
even know
anyone.
Ryan did that.
Ryan Leslie.
I didn't even know
So
did
he
that.
coded
He
that
did the
shit up.
first initial.
He's a
he
musician.
did that.
He did the initial one.
Right. He went to Harvard and graduated before 20-something, right? So he's an early motherfucker. The motherfucker who did Cassie's album, who was in the background and shit, also knows about computer programming. So he coded up this shit called Superphone, which allows anyone, you, Carla, Macway, him, her, anyone, no matter what the business, to be able to mass marketing, keep track of contacts on a mass level. You feel me? So it's like the power that Amazon has, the data that Amazon has or Google has on all of us as consumers,
Yeah, actual consumer database.
an
No
entrepreneurial
regular
like
artist
Macway
has that.
could be like, yo, I can see all the people who through Shopify, which is integrated into Superphone, Macway could see all the people that bought his album or bought his merch. Macway could see, oh, these are the people who engage with me. You know what I'm saying? So as a podcaster, I'm very excited as to people who I haven't evolved. I got to edit, and the people I'm going to interview. As a musician, I'm excited as to all the resources that are allotted to us that one could take advantage of that I've been learning
I haven't know.
and giving to
put
people.
me on game. I hadn't known.
Yeah. So the main, long story short, the main ones that I'm very excited for, Tully app, made by Jonah Lucas and his manager, the marketing, Superphone, right? Because if you think about it, Little Pump has how many fucking followers, right? But like, how many album sales does he have, right? So the metrics of success are different for people. But what are the real metrics? Like, you have 1 million followers, but is your conversion rate the same? You have 1 million followers, you dropped the album, did you have 3 million sales? No. So what type of audience, what type of consumers are you gravitating towards you?
Facts.
And for the Little Pumps of the world, it's more so vulture consumers, where it's like they go to you because you're the hottest shit. But for artists like Gook, for artists like Macway, for artists who are trying to have longevity, you want some shit that's like gonna build slowly. And eventually, when it does, not if, but when it does pop, and have spikes in popping until it gets to points where it's like, all right, you got to get a major or whatever the fuck the case may be based on your career. So basically, for podcasting, done deal. For music, I'm excited to apply all the knowledge that I usually would be in the background giving to people, applying it to my career, musically.
Word.
And musically, I have on SoundCloud the Podcast Shop Volume 1 project, where you got a little production from me. You got little inclinations of like skills.
I think kind of without saying that, isn't that what you did? Is that not what you're doing? Or like,
Stop telling my business.
is that? But yo, how many different artists we've had on here come up with like just speak like even on this type of level, like just be talking, spewing ideas, and you're just like
To what he's actually even
But
talking
it's-
about with the SMS shit. I was literally
Mhm.
Trav is supposed to be dropping a tape. I mean, next Tuesday. Travi make him solid moolah. Be on the lookout for that.
I didn't
Mhm.
know that.
Fucking in the midst of us dropping the tape.
Why do I know?
literally
Why did I?
telling him to
But that's
invest into
okay.
that
Can
shit.
we
Yeah.
talk about
And
that?
then hold on. I was literally telling him to invest into that shit. And he's like, but why? To the same shit you're saying. I'm like,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, so many motherfuckers complain about hate, and I don't believe in hate. Not hate when it comes to the creative realm. You know what I mean? Because unless you really know this person dislikes you, you know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
that this person's not liking or sharing my content, you gotta understand where that really might come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the biggest shit of that is now when you got this fake number shit in a sense, you get to really track who your actual consumers are. You get to target them.
Right.
So now instead of you thinking I gotta impress these motherfuckers,
You talk to people that just fuck with you.
who likes your shit.
Period.
You know who fucks with your shit.
Right.
Now keep making shit for them. Keep making shit for them. This next song you just made it in hit for them. Go back to that.
Right.
feeding them. I was like, this is what you do with that shit.
Right.
You have consumer database.
Right.
Every major fucking business runs off of this. Every
Right.
last one. Every last, not some.
They need the
every
data to
last
leverage what they
fucking
have. Yeah.
One. No
Yo.
one's gonna put a vegan shop in the middle of a fucking McDonald's and Burger King and expect it to fucking sell.
Right.
No, they're
How?
gonna fucking go
What is the?
down.
Can we talk about the proper
First 6
rollout
months.
real quick?
I think it depends on the artist. You are.
Okay, so let's go and say for everybody, what's a proper rollout to you?
I mean, I think you should have at least a single or two out before the initial drop of your
Agree?
project.
Agree?
Oh, so you're saying a rollout for a project?
Yeah.
Yeah, rollout for a
Do you
project.
agree on
I was
that?
gonna say, what are we exactly?
Right, because
what's the
there's
context?
rollouts
What's
for
the
singles,
exactly?
There's rollouts for
Right.
A
videos,
rollout for a
a
project.
rollout
For a project.
Can we all agree that you have to at
There
least
has to
have
be
a
some
single
type
or
of
two?
anticipation for it.
For damn
Right.
sure.
You definitely
Yeah.
have
If
one
If it's a video
song,
or
content.
something,
100%.
something.
100%.
You told me different.
100%.
When I told you I was gonna drop a song and then drop the project, you said no, I should drop the project.
Because your situation
Because
is
your
different.
shit- yeah,
Fuck
you're
out of
not
here.
music guy.
Well,
You're fucking music guy.
No.
I got 2 singles out.
You're sitting on 20 songs.
Yeah.
You want to drop a fucking 4 to 6
Nah.
song EP?
The context.
Be-
Drop, nah, you gotta
Yeah,
drop that
look.
shit. Drop that
Cam.
shit.
Of his
Let-
opinion.
Nah, you gotta
look.
drop that
Video
shit.
search.
You already uploaded the freestyles. You
Yo.
already dropped the singles.
active.
It's time to drop a project,
Mm.
and it better not be an EP,
I-
motherfucker. It better be a whole album.
It could be an EP.
No,
It could be an EP.
no.
It could
We're
be
not.
an
We're
EP.
not gonna baby
It could be
him.
an
We're
EP.
not gonna baby him.
Okay.
No,
It could be an
I
EP.
want an album.
Talk about it,
I
finesse.
told y'all, 11/23 coming out.
Oh,
Can I say
oh, March
Go ahead, go ahead,
second.
this? Aren't you
Okay.
Cam Randall?
Nah, he ain't kidding.
What's your name?
That's a white boy.
Nah, that's a white
Oh,
boy.
alright. Cause can I be dead ass?
Curling died.
Can I be dead ass? I've been waiting for the perfect
Yo,
moment to
shut
be
up,
like,
Cam
yo,
Randall!
weren't you on the This Is It podcast talking with the group discussion?
Oh
I'm like, was you that Cam? Because this is my first time meeting you. I'm like, yo, is you
Yo,
that Cam that
if
was on the
Cam,
This Is It
if Cam
podcast?
Randall walked in here right now, you would start dying.
What's your name, sir?
Bro, he look exactly like you. Like you.
Really? I'm not white. I'm Puerto Rican, my G, though.
No, but he white. He white.
Oh, he white, but
Yeah, it's a
true.
white-
Oh
But
my
I'm
God.
Puerto Rican, though.
yo.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Trappy Cam.
Traffic camera.
Okay, so I'm gonna network with you after this, cause I'm just the whole time I've been thinking, I'm like, yo, his name's Cam. Isn't this a This Is It podcast, Cam? I ain't know.
It's a different Cam.
I know you on.
Cam Randall does
Instagram.
This Is It
Nah,
podcast?
he had an episode on
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, I didn't
It was a
even
group
know.
discussion.
you
I'm
got for a
referencing.
rollout for that?
It was like on This Is It podcast.
said
They
a
had
single.
Pasto, Cam Randall,
Right,
DK.
right.
a
You
bunch
need
of
some type of
So you
optic.
need a single.
You
You need
some
visuals.
type of optic.
What
It
else
doesn't
do you
have to
need?
be.
What's the
if,
third
if
thing?
it's not a video, it has to be some type of optic, like a
Example.
dope ass cover. Like, damn, I'm like, what is that? Like, what it makes me intrigued. It don't even if it just has nothing to do with nothing.
something to pique your
Like,
interest.
I need that. I need that interest before you drop the whole project.
Can I ask a
Where
question?
it could be a million different ways. It just has to be something like that.
Mhm. What are some artists? And I already know you're gonna say Gook. And by the way, I subscribe. What are some artists that like y'all are proud of? Just take away the context of who you are, the stature of who you want to be, and who you are right now. Like, who are some artists you're truly proud of?
To be
Right
honest,
now,
To be
you
from
want-
Springfield, to be from an area that you connect with.
I was gonna say Macway just because of his his whole career. He's been
Right
in
here.
decades and is still relevant in the present time.
Can I ask you, Macway, how old
fuck
are you?
that. I want to kick that answer all the way the fuck
You're
out of
32?
here. Because I've been
Yo.
dying for this guy to fucking do so much shit
That's
for the
dope.
I'm
longest.
making music since I was 16. But
That's dope.
Like I said, his
Can I say, because I didn't understand what you
Nah.
were saying. I thought you were
Fuck
like 25.
I'm
That
talking
shit.
I'm
Fuck
talking about
that shit.
his-
Fuck that.
So
I-
I'm learning. This
his-
is why I'm
listen,
glad.
I've
Thank
never
you.
let this
his
nigga get away
career,
with fucking
his-
nothing,
his
yo. I swear to
career
God,
span.
yo.
I met Macway.
Fuck
when fucking
that.
what's that spot in fucking Indian Orchard was still open, and that's what, and that's the Regal Beagle is part of Springfield music history.
It
Can y'all
is.
talk about IO though?
Okay.
Because I've been a Hungry Hill, Liberty Heights kid, most all my life.
I mean, IO
Mostly
is cool.
Plainfield,
There's
Liberty
a lot of
Heights.
people that come out of IO and they're proud of being from IO, and The Regal Beagle was in
IO is its
IO.
own country, yo.
You know what I mean?
Can I say I've heard
LSD
stories of
right
IO?
now is probably the biggest thing out of IO right now.
Facts.
It is.
Facts. Shout out to them
If
boys.
you and IO fuck with LSD, fuck with them.
Word.
Damn, I was gonna make a point about Prof earlier today. I forgot.
Yeah,
what
and
the fuck I was
W
gonna
too.
talk about, Shout
W be
them
out there
guys, though.
too.
Fuck with them if you're in IO though.
Because there's mad little boroughs, quote unquote, of Springfield.
Indian
and IO's
Orchard is a
definitely
borough of Springfield. if you
I think
about
IO is
it.
definitely an interesting place that I haven't tapped into as
I used
much.
to live out there.
Yeah.
Yard food is in Indian Orchard, nigga.
Yo,
The first
facts.
The first one, the original one. My bad. You know what I mean?
What's unique of IO compared to other parts of Springfield? Fuck, like just specifically, what's
Nothing.
unique
It's
of IO?
just its own pocket. Literally, there's nothing different.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the people that do stay there don't leave.
Really?
From what I see, it's literally its own little. It's its own little.
It might be a crabs in the bucket situation, but what's the positive?
I think
Yard food.
Yeah,
it's
yard food.
It's an easy market. I feel like it's a lot of little businesses in Indian Orchard. That's
Where I went to go get my hair done.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
in Indian
that's a fact.
Orchard. You know what
A
I
lot
mean?
of people put up little businesses and they seem to be
Word.
successful. Where areas in Spring, I can't think of no strip in Springfield that has that much success for small business.
Can I say IO is its own little city as much as downtown Springfield?
It really is.
It
Like,
is.
IO
When
is
you put out, when you
beautiful.
send mail to them, you
Like,
have
it's
to
a
put
beautiful
Indian
place.
Orchard, not Springfield. So it is. They are their own little thingamajig. But when the police show up,
Thingamajiggy.
it's Springfield police.
Yo, quickly, when okay, can I say this? Goop came out with I think is late not Icarus Black around the time KT James came out with her SPD documentary.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one of the things I noted in my little
Very hot
notes
summer.
to talk about here. So one of the things that like led me to doing the podcast / music is like shit like that, music and dope music and dope documentaries.
Yeah.
So like to have at that point in time the Icarus Black album with KT James documentary was fucking like just like, and to come from Springfield, and it's like the content, the topics of which both those
She's dope.
those things touched on were fucking amazing. It's like, yo, for anyone who's doing music or who wants to get in the content game, like if you ain't thinking like just in general, what impacts humans beings? Images, music, sound, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? So it's like to have the education of KT James that she gave me with the vibe / education that Goop gave me was a fucking I don't know, like that's the type of shit that like I'm proud for them to bring to us. Like that's the shit that inspires me to keep going.
See, and
They're both very unique individuals.
and-
Yo,
I
but the
think the-
combination of those content,
the average
Yeah.
look, the
I
average,
loved it.
the average
I needed
listener
that feed.
who
Those two are very
listen to
different.
our podcast or watch our podcast probably did not listen to Icarus Black, so they don't understand songs like Hurtin'. They don't understand songs like Pissed, who are those are fucking like Black Lives Matter songs,
Mm-hmm.
and he just puts his own twist into it.
Right. Right.
Like Hurtin' makes people want to do some wild shit you do
'Cause
at
we fucking
protests
hurtin',
because you
motherfucker.
hurting. Like that's one of the albums that people really slept on of 2020. Icarus Black. It dropped in September.
Hell yeah.
Go listen to that shit.
Hell yeah. Yo, can I say
The Apple Music be letting me know when niggas be. Shout out to Apple Music for letting me know
The
when niggas
stats.
be listening to shit. Cause
Yeah.
your little picture pops up. So niggas be capping
saying they
because
not
I don't
listening.
be seeing little bubbles. I see his bubbles be popping up.
Talk about it.
I be seeing Macway's bubbles be popping up. They really be listening. Her bubbles be popping up on people's
But what
projects,
do you mean, Apple
industry
Music?
or here. Yeah, Apple Music lets you know who listens to what albums.
Like
If
I
you're-
have an Apple ID.
Yeah, and if you're following people,
Okay.
you can see what your followers are listening to.
Well, let me see if I'm faking or not. Let me see if I follow Goop.
Ah.
I'm pretty
to
sure. No,
Apple.
look. Yo, peep game. Goop code of the friend, Absol. You know what I mean? My thing is with Goop, one of the things why I fuck with Goop is like beyond the fact when y'all brought it up, the topic of what do you fuck with music, why you fuck with music, what do you look for, expectations shit. Like I said, it's like I like hearing music that brings me to a place that like makes me feel like, or it brings me to a place where it's like I understand that I'm a part of something bigger than myself. So like when he's referencing Anubis, ancient Egyptian shit, it's like, yo, like I may not be put onto this shit on my own, but like he's teaching me something. When he tells me Icarus Black, when he like I heard of Icarus, the story of Icarus as a child, whatever the fuck, but when he puts it in the context of the content that he's talking about, it puts a different spin on it. You feel me? So like I like shit that like it's obviously your perspective on life, but it's like it's connected to something that's bigger than all of us. You feel me? So it's like when I hear Gook and fucking Pasto is another kid that like inspired me to like, yo, do some shit. Like and I'll say this, one lyric. This is all it takes. You know what I'm saying? If for people who pay attention to lyrics, like he said in the song "Think I'm Rich," the video was in Holyoke Mall. He said, "My grandma praying because she know I'm in these streets." He said something where it's like, just the idea of like your elders are taking care of you. He said it in more swaggier way. I'm butchering because I'm drunk. I've been drinking. You know, I'm smoking. But like, I like content and shit that like, regardless if it's this perspective, like, first of all, Gook and Pasta is my preference, but like if it wasn't my preference, what would have caught me is the context of which they put their music. For example, the snippets and shit like that.
It's just two different worlds. But that Code song was one of the coldest songs of last year.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
That shit hard. Video and all. Shout out to Pasta.
That boy Pastor Chris, he really is that shit though. Nigga really be snapping you.
Yeah.
Like, nigga
Bossed
really
up.
be snapping you. No bullshit. It's a lot of motherfuckers out here. Back to another question he asked. It's like, who are some people we proud of? He's definitely on my list.
Yeah.
He's definitely on my list. I mean, Austin Fair, definitely on my list.
I was going to say, yeah.
Blake Raps, definitely on my list. T Swan. Fabian.
T Swan off rip. Fabian off rip. Can I say that? Because I went to high school with them. There's biases I have with certain artists that's like, yo, I'm so proud of you. Because I seen you when... I think the problem with artists is like, it's like, you want people to see you as an artist. Like, fuck my human side. Fuck my day job. Fuck the fact that I have a kid. This is what I'm talking about in my content. You feel me? This is my artistry. And then it's also like, yeah, this is my artistry, but yo, bro, like, don't treat... For when you get to that point, it's like, yo, don't treat me like I'm a god. Like, I'm a human just like you. I just worked hard enough to the point where I am here. I'm still a human being. I still have a kid. I still deal with, you know what I'm saying? Someone needs money in my life, in my family, my friends, so I need to give them some shit. You know what I mean? Like, certain shit like that. It's like, as an artist, entrepreneur, you deal with the dichotomy of, like, people don't fuck with me because I'm an artist. They don't understand my artistry. People don't fuck with me because they don't see me as a human, because they only see me as an artist.
Well, people don't, though. You think you catch that?
What?
Like, people... Nah, you be quiet about your shit though. You won't bring up the fact that you're an artist to anybody. Like, people gotta find out on their own type shit.
I'm strategically selective
of how you expose, like, yo, I'm an artist.
Everybody
but
does
so I assume you wouldn't catch that though. But like
it's a lot, and it's a lot of people like. The same shit me and her talked about, or even what you was talking about with the podcast. You obviously with the management shit, you with the DJ shit. At certain times you gotta wear a hat. You know what I mean? And wearing this hat for this moment may give you even greater leverage for your hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, for this moment, I came in here as whatever, and then 2-3 months, 2-3 weeks, 2-3 hours down the line.
Yeah.
Now it's, oh shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you walking in the door and you just putting yourself out, is that it might have everybody in that room. To be just an artist, you to me, it's like, I need something. I want something. If you walk in any room, oh yeah, I make music or I rap.
I don't be on that type of time either.
What do you have to offer? If you saying I'm a rapper, what the fuck do you have to offer in a room?
Because to be a rapper in this day and age is more. It's not just,
If you walk in a room, you say, I shoot videos, I produce, I do graphic design.
Right, you got to be specific.
I rap.
Right. Like Kendrick don't just rap and do all the things he do. He's a part of the little homies.
The rest of the room will look like, well, we don't need you for nothing.
He directs his videos. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free, you know what I'm saying? They direct their own videos. They're part of the quote unquote little homies. They made their own little distinction. Like, so
it's the big shit. Like,
I'm interested in, like, I think the podcasting and music shit made it so it's like, you know, diverse in like the perspectives. Like, it's dope seeing, like, for example, Macway, like, I just learned you're 32. Deadass. I thought you were fucking late 20s this whole time.
Yo, everybody say that to me.
And I'm just thinking this guy's dope because, like, not only does he do music.
I think your energy, your optimism, you know.
Like his music placements, I'm talking about he can do anything too.
Yeah.
So like
that, to your exact point, like I'm past where I'm at in this state of my music career. I'm past chasing the recording artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's another thing. Like I talk to a lot of artists that I come across, and it's like, well, Mac, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm like, you know what I mean? First and foremost, you got to understand your mission.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in this to be the star, what you have to do and the way you got to go about it is going to differ.
It's a certain way.
If you're in this shit to be a writer, if you're in this to get placements, if you're in this,
context.
you have to move.
That's
100%
right.
different because you don't have a machine behind you.
Right.
So at the end of the day, this is about what do you want. I'm not in this to be the top recording artist.
Right.
I'm in this shit to get writing credits. I'm in this shit to be fucking movie credits, shit like
right.
that. You know what I mean? Like, it's bigger than a recording artist.
And to revolve around like the early topic of like motherfuckers complaining about y'all context and the way in which y'all talk about music, it's like, bro, can I say the opposite end of that is me being like, yo, Mike Torch dope because I get my perspective on a DJ's music from Springfield specifically. I get Macway, who's an artist slash motherfucking podcaster. You know what I'm saying? His perspective. I get a manager slash podcaster's perspective.
I know, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
They
both, yo, shout out
So,
Kay and Matt because they do a lot of the graphic shit. They
clothing
do
designer.
not a lot. They do all of the graphic shit.
yeah.
They do all of the graphic
Executive
shit.
producer.
Yo,
Engineering.
shout out, yo, facts, facts.
Let me
Yeah, you gotta give it
all
all to him.
that.
Give it all to him. Give it all to him. For real.
A lot of silent hats.
They do a lot.
Silent hats.
They do a lot.
You gotta learn a lot. You know what I mean? You gotta evolve with the times, and to evolve with the times, you gotta learn new tricks. You know what I mean? Like,
Hell yeah.
point blank period.
And I think due to the like, what's beautiful is like we could focus on the negative, but the negative being people complaining about, like, for example, the way y'all do your podcast. But at the end of the day, the positive is y'all made a platform. Y'all tried to fill a hole that was necessary to fill. So it's like, at least y'all tried. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, y'all you're doing the most space with y'all pursuits more than anyone else. And that's all it takes, someone to be confident enough to be like, I could try this.
Facts.
That's dope.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate that. That's fire.
Like, y'all really filling a hole. That's why I'm so, like, that's what I told Carla, like, yo, thank you for the opportunity. Like, bro, like, y'all really, and I know it might seem like, oh, we're building slow, maybe 100 views here, 1,000 views here. It's like, y'all building something, fuck the views. Y'all building something that's like,
It's a culture.
necessary.
It's literally a culture.
You know what I mean?
It's a
Someone had to
culture.
start it from the ground up, so why not y'all?
It's a culture, man. And that's exactly how I look at it too, because we do have that. We have 1,000 episode shows. We have shows with 30 views.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It's the life.
yo,
It is
so
what it
fucking
is,
what,
man.
yo?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
many people in this area and out of the state respect what the fuck we do. They like what we do.
Hell
So
yeah.
we're just
In
gonna
the
keep
whole.
fucking. We're just gonna keep fucking grinding.
And the thing is, regardless of what people might, judge you based on the stats, it's like that's their criteria of success. But my criteria of success, like when y'all ask me of what do I look for in music, is more so what hits me, what applies to my life. And like y'all you specifically have talked to the boxer. He has his owner, his shit on Cruise Street.
This
a
nigga's
Newberry.
out in fucking Vegas right now with fucking Floyd. Shout out my nigga, yo. Shout out my
Syracuse
nigga.
Green.
Yo, Rivera Boxing, yo. The
IG,
niggas is going
Syracuse
in, yo.
Green,
Yo,
yep.
what? The money team,
a
yo.
legend.
Shout out fucking, yo. That's my
He's a
guy,
legend.
yo.
I
What?
That used
I
to be my assistant coach at high school.
Hey.
Everybody was your assistant coach.
Right, what the fuck? How the fuck?
Whoa.
How many teams you played on?
This nigga.
Hey.
That's real though.
He was a staple of my childhood because, like, I would play basketball in Springfield, like, specifically the South End Church, and he would be there playing ball. So when I found out he was on y'all podcast, like, I got mad information and
That podcast
knowledge.
was funny as fuck. You was talking
Yeah.
the most shit.
You were talking, can I say, y'all were talking about marriage and just situationships and just love life. Y'all were not only talking about his boxing career, but just shooting the shit, and it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah.
Like, you get gems not only from Inappropriality, not only music, business, blah, 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 but, like, just shooting the shit, which is what I love from Joe Budden podcast. Like, it's like, yo, I get to learn a motherfucker shooting the shit at that level. Like, Joe Budden is just, you know what I mean? Like, as much as he's a rapper that we respect and a podcast that we respect, he's just a human being. And it's like, I look at you like a Joe Budden, like, you're a human being who's building up your life, given the trajectory you were given. And it's like, yo, y'all doing it dope. Like, that was a childhood staple in my life, that man. But now I get context of which I would have never got had it not been for you creating this platform. So it's like, or Adam Gomez, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was another staple in my childhood. My mother works in this area in a way, you know, she works for the government. I can't tell you what she works, but she's connected to Adam Gomez, and you interviewed him and did what you did with him, and like, that's another dope thing.
Conversations with a torch. How the theme song go? Conversations with a torch.
Let's have a little conversation.
You know. Y'all were going around.
That was a
Plainfield.
whole song. That was a. He didn't say shit with torch. Oops. That was a whole song. He been had that.
Word.
I had to ask him. I had a whole conversation with him. I had to ask him.
Word.
For the title of the show and all that. I want to do that. I want to bring that back too at some point.
What?
Conversations with a torch.
Word.
Go back to the one-on-one shit.
Speaking of songs, how do you say songs for content? Isn't Macway the Respectively Said song?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? First episode, it was like some Respectively Said type of
that shit kind of hard.
context. That was hard. That was hard.
You got respect it.
Yo, that was a point. Yo. Oh my god. Oh, you was there? Dito. Damn.
For real? Oh man. Damn. Woo. Yo, hold on.
I was fucking with that
That's a
shit.
special one.
Before the Respectfully Said podcast episode 1, I was like, word, this shit hard. And then come to find out during the episode, it was you.
That whole episode.
I don't
hell
think
yeah.
it's gonna be an hour and a half like that all the time.
Nah, yo, that shit was
Episode 2 is
dope
like
as
an hour and
fuck.
13
45
minutes.
to 130, possibly. Yeah. The
I
range.
watched that shit front to back.
A couple of times too. That's the wild shit.
The thing is that gets me is it's like it's a hole that hasn't been filled, and if you're gonna complain,
Yo, why can't
just
I find
fucking
this
try
shit?
to fill
I'm
the
about to
hole.
play it.
Like Respectfully Said is a hole that needs to be filled in this area.
The reality is, you know what I mean, motherfuckers complaining because that's that ego shit.
Yeah,
The city
unnecessary
lacks a
ego
lot
shit.
of humility. So when shit is not yours, or it's not your niggas, or it's
Or maybe it's because of who it is.
No,
Okay, can I ask you,
I
Carla?
don't even think it's that. I think it would. I think if anybody would have did,
Maybe maybe it needs to be somebody
I
else.
don't
Maybe they
fucking
don't
know.
think like I am not. I remember I'm not from here. You know, remember I'm.
So where are you from, Carla?
I'm from.
I asked you some of this.
I
in the
grew
Free
up
Form
in New
Conversation
York.
pod. Word.
I don't know. Man.
I was born in Puerto Rico. I grew up in New York.
Gayed, right?
Data.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Like,
Can
what
I
is
say
it? I
that's
don't even
dope as fuck.
understand. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like
don't
so that
know.
mean you obviously paid attention. You paid attention for a certain reason because you thought the shit was fucking dope. So you have an opinion on it because you sat down and you fucking watched this shit.
I don't even think it was that. You know how my clips be mad clickbaity.
In what way?
I be writing certain captions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
yo,
one of
because
them.
the shit that we were talking about was mad specific.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't even think niggas even watched that. I think it was just probably something off the clip.
So what should niggas watch? What y'all talking about? Because I'm lost.
Yo, to
I don't
be
even
honest, I don't even
understand.
want to get.
What's the content that y'all wish people
Yo,
would?
new
what's the
episode Thursday.
type of content y'all
8
wish people would
p.m.
make pay more attention to, as opposed to like
I wish
possibly
people
other
would
shit?
pay more attention to inappropriality, respectfully said, and women that talk back. And I don't give a fuck about nobody.
What's women that
else.
talk back? What's that?
Right here.
Boom. What's that? Hey.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all put me on. Thank you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's dope.
Facebook Live.
Hey. So so for me, the context of inappropriality is like y'all have guests, y'all shoot the shit / talk that serious shit about music and music business, or for example, for Adam Gomez or for the boxer, y'all talk about the business side / personal side of their life, and depending on if they want to talk about certain shit, like for example, y'all brought up the you brought up specifically for the boxer. Certain marriage hypothetical situations, right?
I don't even remember. Go
So
ahead.
specifically a child care. How do you say when you break up with motherfuckers? What is it called? Child support. You know what I'm saying? So y'all were talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like real life shit. So what I get from inappropriality is not only the music business / artistic side, as of like real life shit, which is like dope shit that I love hearing from Joe Budden podcast on that level of like real life shit, given who he is at that level. So like, for me, like, fuck, what were we talking about prior to this?
I don't even remember, bro.
All I know is I was praising you for the fact that like you not only interview everyday people in business, given their context, whether it be a boxer or a musician, but like Adam Gomez, who's a political figure, who just from my knowledge just took away his how do you say he stopped doing his job or whatever, like he quit his in order to focus more on his senatorship.
Yeah, he continued his job. He didn't.
Right. He
Mike,
stopped one of his side jobs to do more.
No,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He resigned his position as a city councilman
Right.
to go to Boston and
to do more important shit.
Yes,
because he got elected to be our state representative, so he can't be a councilman and
a state representative.
Continuing his job.
Thank
so
you.
there's an open vacancy. Springfield. I don't know who's deciding to want to be a politician or anything, but
this is my prospects.
He has
to do Adam Gomez's position.
I think it's
City
Ward
Council.
1. I believe he was Ward 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's my ward.
Councilman, and the thing is, I think it's a dope move because as the position he's trying to be more focused on, he'll have more impact than a city councilman. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need. More people.
Listen, he's one of us, man.
Yeah, period. More
He's
people like that who come from our communities to be in those positions.
You do need those type of people.
Yeah,
there,
period.
regardless of what you think of him.
No, trust me, I'm on his side. Like I don't have any how do you say motherfucking criticisms toward Adam Gomez.
Yeah, there's people that do though.
I mean, maybe they could, maybe they should, but like at the end of the day, he's from Springfield and he on some AOC shit. He's trying, because at the end of the day, you can complain about the government, you can complain about how this shit was set up specifically on some white supremacy shit for white people, right? But like at the end of the day, whether it's you, like say if I'm complaining about Adam Gomez, like motherfucker, I could do shit that Adam Gomez ain't doing. So I can complain about Adam Gomez, but like, if I'm a complain, why don't I do the shit that he ain't doing? You feel me? So it's like,
that'd be my
if
point.
you're gonna be a person in the quote unquote background of the political game, you can't complain that you could do that. Someone should do it better when you could do it better, because Adam Gomez was a person who's seen that there was a hole and that he could fill it. And you know what I'm saying? And like I was working at Harena as an open counselor for open gym type shit, and Adam Gomez was a part of that. Like he created a program for me to have a job at Harena. So it's like I look at Adam. I thank you for interviewing Adam Gomez because like that's someone who I didn't know was such an important figure
Prior
in
to
history. Fuck Springfield history in history. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a small pillar. Maybe people don't give him that credit, but he's a big pillar in this community that could reverberate into the world.
Holy shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at the impact you're making.
Yo,
Like you interviewed a motherfucker that like I didn't even know was like an important figure. Like I had a job at Arena where I was an open gym
I
coordinator.
thought everybody knew him.
Nah, I didn't know. I mean, I knew a little bit based on like my mother. My mother basically works. I can't tell you exactly, but works within the government. So like she's connected to Adam Gomez, right?
Word.
And she's Puerto Rican. She's you know what I'm saying. So like, basically
she's a hitter.
She put me on to Adam
she got
Gomez
sniper rifles
in the context of like this is a political dude you should know of because he's from our community and he's doing good shit.
His father as well.
Yeah. Yeah, right. His father's a great political figure who put in pillars in the community that had he not put in, Adam Gomez wouldn't have been able to continue.
I think that has a big part. That's great for both of them though. That's crazy.
Yeah. Adam Gomez is dope. Shout out Inappropreality for giving me the knowledge.
Thank you very much.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you, man. I really do appreciate that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Thank you.
And the continue. Yo, I've been meaning to bring this up, but the conversation just been going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He interviewed us at one of the For the Culture shits.
Mm-hmm.
At one of the For the Culture
mad
Fridays. And shit was just mad random, like on the spot type shit. It was dope as fuck.
Yeah. For the culture, shout out Carla's birthday that one day.
I know. Oh, that's what that was. That was
Carla's
that
birthday.
day.
Y'all had mad Sant 413 and Gook and they just mad other artists performing while Mark Torch was DJing. Shout out Green Screen Studios. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. It was one of the.
Nah, don't shout out them.
You know what I'm saying?
But. Give your social media and
basically my name Maximillian, my artist name / entrepreneur name on Instagram, everything is Maximillian Soul, MaximillianSoul, and I like to connect with regular people who are doing dope shit like DJ Mark Torch, Macway, Cam, and you know what I'm saying, Carla, who, whether they're artists, musicians, managers, or podcasters, have something to say. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You can find me at Maximillian Soul, a.k.a. Freeform Conversations Podcast. And, you know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Thank you.
Dopest fucking drop ever. Dope.